What is up, guys? Welcome to PodSquad Live, presented by Media Design School and the Media Design School Student Exec. I'm Dylan. I'm the Diversity Executive. With me here is Audrea, who is our Social Engagement Executive, and Zainal.
Unfortunately.
Who is
what do you mean, unfortunately? What do you mean, unfortunately, huh?
Zainal, who is our President.
Which is the best thing that describes it, right? No, I'm kidding.
This is our first time running a podcast.
Crazy. It's our first podcast.
First podcast.
Yeah, so, I don't know why it's taken this long. I mean, obviously we have been working really hard behind the scenes, lots of meetings, a lot of plannings, but we made it. Yeah, exactly.
Started from the bottom.
What to expect from this podcast is, well, I mean, we're really just going to talk about anything that is on our mind. Yeah, I mean, like nothing too specific.
Yeah, nothing to do with education. That's for sure.
Well,
a little bit.
You never know.
Yeah,
you never know. Education stuff might pop up here and there, but like mainly not about education.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about our favorite things, and if there's something you guys want us to mention, obviously, you just let us know, and we can talk about it.
Let us know in the comment section of the YouTube or yeah. Well, I mean, you can find us on, obviously, if you're watching on YouTube. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi. Just say hi to every single camera. I don't know if that camera can pick me up. Hello.
And you can also find us on, I guess, Spotify, SoundCloud, anywhere you can get your podcasts.
Apple Podcast.
Or Apple Podcasts, I guess. I don't know. But any way you can find your podcasts. So
exactly.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Zainal, I know you really want to talk about that Apple event.
Yes. Okay. Last week, God bless Apple, thank God you are a fucking miracle.
Also, apologies if there's too much swearing. We'll find a way to bleep it out or something. We're getting used to the whole podcasting idea.
Nah, who cares? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but this section, I want to talk about Apple and Apple only. If anyone don't know, Apple event last week just happened. Amazing stuff that got announced. We'll quickly go over the boring stuff. Two new colors, technically. They're both green, but they're different types of green for the new iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro. There's a new iPhone SE, A15 bionic chip, physically larger battery.
The body of an iPhone 8 with the internals of a 13?
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. So that's going to have amazing battery life, I would assume, because the A15 bionic chip was like monster. I mean, you have it right now in the 13 Pro Max. Just flexing in front of us right now, because I mean.
But I vibe with the blue more. I'm sorry. Like.
I mean, I like.
Color green is okay, even though I'm angry.
My favorite color is definitely when they did the iPhone 12 Pro.
The dark navy.
The midnight blue. I think that is a very, very nice color, and Dylan obviously has a.
iPhone 10.
That's I mean,
getting there.
I'm slowly getting there.
I mean, I think honestly, just treat yourself. Go to like PB Tech or something. Just get yourself a new iPhone at this rate.
No, I'm not paying that money for it.
Nah, it's cheap. What are you talking about?
I have things I want to buy.
Like what things?
We'll mention that later.
TMI. No, but then I guess the more exciting stuff. Studio display, long time coming. Everyone was asking for it since the Pro Display XDRs were coming out. Finally includes a stand, but if you want more options, it's more expensive, which is typical Apple. Typical Apple. Nothing new. Starts at $3,000 for just the tilt. If you want height as well, it's an extra few $100s.
Which is stupid. Apple, it's like Apple was trying to. Apple was like the physical embodiment of like a game with microtransactions.
Fact.
EA.
No, any game.
Still, true. EA is the
EA, Activision, Blizzard, League of Legends, Riot Games. I mean, anything with a loot box system, really.
That's true.
That's aside the point.
Yeah.
Like, Apple's making you pay like increased prices for a tiltable and a height adjustable monitor.
You can get a Visa one, but it's still the same price, $3,000.
It's money.
It's still money. It's still money. Yes, it is still money.
Like for the price of the studio display, I would much rather get a Samsung Odyssey G9.
Ooh.
Oh.
Apple versus Samsung.
The age-old debate: Apple versus Samsung.
Well,
But to be fair,
God.
yes.
Here's the question, right? Would you rather have? Well, I mean, I know you guys would be biased, but like, would you rather have like a display that has accurate color display, well, accurate colors and whatnot, versus screen size?
I mean, obviously.
It's true though.
I mean,
it's
true,
not gonna
yeah.
lie.
I mean, you've got like a 27-inch 16:9 monitor, I'm guessing, versus a 49-inch 32:16 monitor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
Yeah, that's insane.
Comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they're generally around the same price.
Generally, yeah.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I definitely would go with color, better color accuracy and all.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, like in our field,
In designer.
in design, like
Yeah.
like that's something we need.
Gaming.
I knew it. I knew it.
No. It works fine. It works fine.
Yeah, but I don't think personally I would want to game on like on a studio display.
True. I mean, like if you get a studio display, I think with the new release, especially with the Mac Studio, when if you obviously they are expensive. I'm not gonna lie, it is expensive, but
Yeah.
you kind of know what you want, right? From a
Yeah.
display, and you want to know what you want from a computer. You know who you are. Obviously, if you're gonna game, no one gets a MacBook for gaming. I mean, if you do, I mean, you technically can game. I mean, I game on this seldomly, but I can play Stardew Valley on this.
Light
easily.
gaming. Light gaming.
Light gaming, but this M1 Max can actually handle quite a bit of heavy gaming as well. Not gonna lie.
Can it run Crisis 3?
Just name a few.
Maybe if you get the M1 Ultra, then yeah, maybe
Yeah, that's the thing.
that would be good.
But yeah, with the release of the Studio display, there was also the Mac Studio.
The Mac Studio, yes. I won't go in too much in detail, but because it's expensive. But I am definitely.
It is crazy
It's
amount
crazy.
of money.
Starting at 3,000. I'm looking at it here
But-
right now. Starting at 3,000.
Starting at 3,000, but
600.
like that's still a better price than the the Mac Pro.
The Mac Pro, which starts at 10 grand, and it's outperforming
My
the
student
Mac
loan.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, pretty decent upgrade for a better price.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's pretty good. So I am definitely looking forward. I mean, I won't get it this year, but I'll probably get it like next year or something, or like maybe the year after when I've saved up enough money. But for now, I am looking forward. to
Or
that.
once you get out of your internship position,
Thank you.
yeah.
Go on in.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, they've got some good leeway, but just for someone like me, probably not the vibe.
Right.
Definitely,
PCs
yeah.
majority of the way.
No, for sure. I mean, I guess for me, like
Yeah.
like it's more targeted for like
Yeah.
professionals, as in like
Although
video creators and all that, yeah.
I still prefer doing like
Professional.
I still prefer doing like the graphic design aspects, like obviously making posters, making collateral material, and
Yeah,
making like UX and UI design on Mac.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Adobe performs just that tad bit better on Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Adobe always says we optimize for Windows, but they never fucking do.
Well, I mean, considering the fact that my home setup is a Cintiq 16, which is
Yeah.
like a display tablet,
Yeah.
running with like a 3060. I mean, that's a pretty solid build to run
Yeah.
like Photoshop, and Photoshop is a very
It
intensive
is.
like program
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
for both Mac and PC.
Yeah, it
so it's
is.
kind of like, I mean,
Very
what can go, what works really.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's Apple news. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take a quick short break, and then we'll talk about I don't know games. Well, there's some games you want to talk about, didn't you?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
we'll be right back.
Cool.
And we're back. So last week just talked about the Apple thing. Now, Dylan, isn't there anything you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Games.
Okay. So me being a gamer, I don't know if this is going to really bother anyone specifically, but one of the big games I've been playing probably for the last 5 or so years now, which is Destiny 2, recently came out with their latest expansion, The Witch Queen. Oh my god, it is just so good. No, believe me, like, within the Destiny community, it is sort of recognized that the DLC Forsaken was like the best DLC that Bungie has ever made for Destiny 2 so far, But with the Witch Queen, storyline was good. The content that they brought out with like the new guns, the new weapons have been really good. And just last weekend, the new raid, Vow of the Disciple, came out, and I actually participated in the first day clear, which I managed to get. Holy hell, that was the worst 14 hours of my life. I will honestly, like, okay, if you've ever experienced what the first day raid is like in any raid for Destiny or Destiny 2, it is absolutely traumatizing. Like, I've seen people basically come out with the same sort of aspects as PTSD.
Oh gosh, no.
Because generally what happens is, like, you play through the raid absolutely blind. You don't know any mechanics of what goes into the raid. You don't know how the raid actually progresses. And on top of that, enemies are harder to kill. You're capped at a specific power level, or, you know, a specific level for your character. And it's like, what the hell do I do? I just shoot things? And, like, you just notice that your guns aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
But with the raid that came out last weekend, like, the content was so straightforward, but also very challenging. And, like, I mean, I don't know if there's any real, like, any real, I guess, comparisons at the moment, especially with, like, this sort of content. But, like, God, Destiny has been just so good recently. I mean, you're a fairly light gamer. I know
I'm a fairly light gamer, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, yeah. I mean, I do have some games on the Nintendo Switch, all that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Breath of the Wild and all that.
Breath of the Wild, like your staple sort of games on a Switch.
Exactly, yeah.
Audrea,
exactly.
you don't really play too many games.
Not as much as I would, but no. When I was younger, yes.
Oh, yeah, totally. But I mean, yeah, it's like I think Destiny 2 has just really stepped up that content, which is great.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was kind of unfortunate with that, like, Sony acquisition. It was kind of like, I don't understand where you were coming from. Like, maybe you were trying to buy Halo, but you forgot that it got sold to Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly. I still remember the days when Apple, like, way back then. I mean, I remember watching a YouTube video where they would promote Halo.
Oh, Apple?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they used to promote Halo way before Microsoft bought them. But then,
really?
And then, yeah, exactly. They're like, this is a great computer to run Halo. But then obviously Microsoft bought it, and then they're like, they can't do it anymore because it's like they make it exclusive for Xbox and all that.
That's really strange, actually.
I know.
Considering that
Steve Jobs era.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Considering that Microsoft did the acquisition in. Considering that Microsoft did the acquisition in January for Activision and Blizzard, within a few years, like, what was the acquisition? It was like 36 billion.
It was in the billions, I think.
Yeah, it was in the billions.
Something like that.
Right?
It's expensive.
It was such an acquisition. But considering now that they have control of, what was it? It was Activision, Blizzard, King, which is the mobile studio that created Candy Crush, and Rare as well. Rare is a big player.
Yeah.
Purely because now they've got basically access to every Blizzard game, which is, what is it? World of Warcraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, Overwatch 2, which recently just got some news, which is great. But also Overwatch is like,
what Overwatch is? I mean, I haven't really played it, but Overwatch is alright.
It's sort of gone downhill as of recently. Yeah, unfortunately it has. But yeah, like Overwatch 2, and like all of those from Blizzard, Activision having control of obviously Call of Duty. That's a big one.
That is a big one. Yes, that is amazing.
Candy Crush, which is not.
Candy Crush is still making. Well,
it's stupidly big. It's still
big. Like,
it's because I was actually watching a Game 3 video earlier today about acquisitions, and it's like now that these big companies like Microsoft, Sony, and whatnot are making these big acquisitions, what's next? But the one thing that was really mentioned was, with the acquisition of Activision and Blizzard, as well as the studios that are under Activision Blizzard, Candy Crush is actually a really big one because although it may not look like a big acquisition on the surface, to stockholders and investors for Microsoft, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of bank.
Yeah,
for them.
It is.
Billion.
Absolutely billions.
See, I just quickly searched up how much is Candy Crush worth. by the end of July 2018, the total revenue earned by this game stood at $3.91 billion.
And yeah, that explains it for itself. It's like that's just
That was
insane money.
It was released April 12, 2012. So that
it's probably increased in recent years as well because of everybody being in lockdown and whatnot around the world.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like with such big titles, it's like in a few years those titles are basically going to be Xbox exclusive as well.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it's going to suck for a lot of people, especially like because Microsoft with Xbox, like their big thing at the moment is basically acquisition. Like trying to get as many games as possible into their systems for both, the Xbox series as well as their subscription series, the Xbox Game Pass or the PC Game Pass. With Sony, it's about, exclusive stuff. Same with Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's about holding IP.
Yeah.
And it's
because it doesn't really matter how good Nintendo doesn't really. It doesn't have.
Nintendo is in its own game.
It's exactly. Yeah.
But it's still within that running.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the big two players when it comes to the console wars is obviously Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
But Nintendo is slowly creeping up behind because of their IPs.
Yeah.
Like they've got what? They've got Kirby. They've got Mario. They've got Legend of Zelda. They've got so many different IPs.
True.
Metroid. There's so many IPs under Nintendo, and like the thing that I saw with that game theory video is that they're actually not willing to be acquired because they're holding on to that IP. It's like they're in the same position as Disney in an actual fact, where Disney is basically also on an acquisition game to try and acquire as much IP as they can now that they are like big and rich.
Definitely.
Because remember back in the day, with like especially the Marvel side of things, they had to sell off a lot of stuff to keep themselves afloat, which is why there was the Spider-Man movies that were under Sony and like
there was a massive fight about that.
And also like Fantastic Four that was under Fox and like all of these things. But now Disney actually has enough money to acquire all of it, including the companies. So it's just like now it's basically just an acquisition game at this point. It was really funny because like the one thing that I found really interesting is Matt Pat's theory, his game theory, was actually potentially, I think it was like NBC or like I think it was either NBC or it was like I think maybe Amazon. They might be the next big acquisition, but they would be acquiring Capcom, which is which they have a ton of IP as well, especially with Street Fighter. If it goes under a TV company such as NBC or ABC or whatever, or even Amazon, they could totally turn those IP into really good series. I think what was mentioned was like, imagine a really good Street Fighter. Not movie, but series, really well filmed, but is focusing on each individual character from that universe. Like, that would bring in billions of dollars.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I think it would.
Crazy stuff. But I think we could probably take a break.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and then I think after this, I have some exciting things to say.
Oh. Okay.
Got a lot of exciting things.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to quick break, and let's
take another break.
Let's take another break. Yeah, before I ramble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back from our break, and you have noticed someone is missing. Audrea is too hungry.
Huh?
I don't know who.
No, I was more or less staring over at the empty space next to you.
The empty space that is right next to me, so people can see me fully, which is oh no. But she is gone because she's really hungry, which fair enough. She hasn't eaten all day. I haven't eaten all day too.
Yeah.
Really bad habit. Please don't get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Lack of sleep as well.
I'm not surprised. So, well, I mean, considering that we just finished up with what I was going to talk about in terms of like acquisitions and stuff, what games are we looking forward to?
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Why am I not surprised that you were going to bring that up?
Oh come on! I mean, okay. I cannot Oh, such a long time coming. Honestly, I am so excited for this game. Like, all 9 films, everything basically packaged into one, and it just looks fucking amazing.
Plus the classic humor of any Lego Star Wars game.
Yes, mumble mode. Oh, classic Star Wars. I mean, I remember playing what was it called? The Complete Saga. Where it was like I was like PlayStation 3 or something.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely not PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I think it was PlayStation 3. But oh gosh, I remember playing that, and then they did a small showcase. I think I saw on a YouTube channel. My gosh, brings back memories. Honestly, it was so good. And then I remember, there was several Lego games afterwards, but I am definitely looking forward to playing this one. I mean, it does look so much better, and there's so much content, which is quite nice. I mean, it would take me a while to finish.
Right. Yeah. I think for me, well, obviously Destiny 2, that's a big one. I'm still looking forward to what content is in store throughout the season and throughout the year, actually. But I think the big one for me, honestly, that's actually, I don't know. Like, because we did a couple test runs like a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And like I did say that Destiny 2 was my biggest like game to look forward to at the moment, which I mean you messed it up again, didn't you?
I messed that up bad.
That's fine.
For our audio listeners, we have a background purposely made for us by Audrea. Really beautiful.
But because he has multiple desktops.
Multiple desktops, yeah. Can you obviously video
I'm surprised
watches.
not one of them just has a giant photo of you know who.
Voldemort, yeah.
Just a giant photo of you know who.
Yeah, I know who. Thank you very much. Thank you. No. Clean background. Apple background. Very beautiful. I know some people
honestly, even I have just the standard like
it's good. I mean,
background.
honestly, quick thing. The backgrounds bloody amazing. I can't wait for the new ones when Dub DC comes out.
WWDC.
Dub DC. That's how Siri says it. Dub DC.
Dub.
No.
Really,
it became a running meme because Siri is saying Dub DC. It's actually so funny. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, you continue yours.
Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, it's there's a new book that's going to be coming out for Dungeons and Dragons actually, which is
I never get that game.
Really? You need to play it sometime, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like obviously, first of all, I have a lot on my plate, so
at the moment,
I mean, something I'll be interested in getting into maybe during the term break, but I never get it. Like, oh god, you can tax your citizens and stuff like that's like full-on government thing.
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. It's just
you're
so
thinking
confusing.
Catan. If anything, you're thinking Catan.
No, I don't know. That game's very confusing.
So anyway, there's a new source book that's coming out. Actually by the end of this month actually, called Call of the Netherdeep, which is. It's written in collaboration by Wizards of the Coast, really hard name to say, unfortunately, who is obviously the proprietary designer for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Yeah.
And a little known web series that I don't know if any people would actually know called Critical Role. Or, well, Matthew Mercer of Critical Role. You would also know him as the voice of McCree and other big, anime characters, yada, 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 and also other voice acting roles as well.
Yeah.
But it's essentially the third book in his series where he's made Tal'Dorei campaign setting, or Tal'Dorei the Campaign Reborn. What is it? Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, which is for his second campaign, and obviously Call of the Netherdeep in sort of the style is for his third campaign, which is set in a region called Marquette, which is how do I explain it? It's it's very Moroccan and Mediterranean inspired, but at the same time it has very Western ideals for democracy and all that. It's really cool. We don't know what to expect, really. considering that, I mean, so far all of the the rumors have been proven false, such as one of the characters on the front cover being the offspring child of two of the main cast characters from campaign 2. So that's already been disproven.
Yeah.
But cannot wait to see what's actually in that book.
Be cool.
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like maybe 1 or 2 years now, and I on my Twitch stream, which I'm not going to mention here because that would be free promotion. I run a campaign. Subtle flex, but I'm not gonna state where that is. I run a D&D campaign on Sundays, and I take a lot of influence.
Don't you do another one on Thursdays?
Yeah, but I play in it.
Oh.
I play on...
Oh, so you join another one on Sunday?
Yeah. No, so I play on Thursdays as a player, and I actually run the campaign on Sundays.
How long do those campaigns usually go for?
So far it's ran for about a year or so. Jeez. And each session being about 4 hours weekly.
4 hours? Wait, 4 hours for one session?
One session.
That's a long time. That's like playing Monopoly.
Honestly, though, it does actually get really like in depth. Like everybody at the table is really intrigued at like what happens and stuff like that. Like, I think there was something I found recently, which was like the total runtime of Critical Role so far, campaign 1, 2, and 3, is longer than One Piece.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, and considering how many books One Piece has is like a lot. Considering that they've been running for 7 years now, coming up to 7 years.
That's a long time.
From campaign 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And each session runs about 4 hours long weekly.
Jesus.
That's a lot of runtime.
That's a lot of runtime.
Like, not even a single episode of One Piece can fit into one episode of Critical Role.
That's Monopoly on steroids.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, like...
Hey, to be fair, though, Monopoly, you basically end up hating each other.
Yeah, but, like, when you watch the series, because I'm, like, fully up to date.
Yeah.
You watch the series and you listen to how Matthew Mercer does his dungeon... his controlling of the game and, like, storytelling and all that. It's just so good. And considering that the entire cast of Critical Role are renowned like voice actors and voice actresses, Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson are of fame for example, I think Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
And obviously Matthew Mercer being of fame for Critical Role, as well as Overwatch and other big anime as well. Same with Liam O'Brien and Taliesin Jaffe, as well as even like the guest characters. I'm thinking, I've forgotten the other guy's name. Wow, I'm such a bad fan. But
you're terrible.
I know.
We can talk about it in the next episode. I'm gonna roast you.
Yeah.
In the next one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roast you hard.
It's gonna happen. But yeah, like
wait till next month. I'm gonna do it.
even like their most recent Travis Willingham. Damn it!
You had to search that up.
I had to search that up. I don't know. I can't name them off like by my hand. And Sam Riegel as well. I forgot as well.
I'm gonna test you next episode. I'm gonna test you.
It's gonna happen, right?
It's gonna happen.
But yeah, even like even some of the guest characters, especially like Robbie Damon, who recently left the table with his character Dorian Storm. Oh my god, he was such a good character. Like, because he was if you know your Dungeons and Dragons lore, he played a air genasi. Was it? I think it was an air genasi or it was a water genasi. I don't remember.
I have no idea.
It was an air genasi bard, college of swords, and like his character was just so good because he was he had so many imperfections. Like, he was a clean freak. He had to run away from royalty because of certain things that happened politically.
Yeah.
His character was just so well built out from both Exandria Unlimited, which was like the mini campaign that they did in between 2 and 3, and also the episodes he was in for campaign 3.
Yeah.
Like his storytelling was just amazing. And I've taken a lot of that inspiration into my characters as well, personally playing a tiefling warlock bard.
Yeah.
So, like, it's so fun. But honestly, like, if you're down, like, I'm happy to, like, run a campaign with you and other people at some point.
We'll be keen, maybe one day.
Well, I mean,
one day.
considering our uni has a now tabletop club.
That's true.
We are organizing one-shot nights at some point.
And that's something we need to talk about.
We could totally do that. Like,
yeah,
you could sit at my table and I could help you build a character and stuff and like take you through a game.
You know I'm gonna fail within the first 5 seconds.
Right? Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's the whole point of D&D. It's like it's all about trial and fail or trial and error.
I'm the same person who plays Stardew Valley and crash a plane in 5 seconds and like explain Flight Simulator, like wow, and yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, no, this is that's open for ed discussion.
It's open
for ed discussion.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, and I'm like really excited for what happens with Wizards of the Coast throughout the year as well. Yeah.
Oh. That's pretty good.
How are we doing for time?
Well, time is pretty good. I think that basically wraps up our first episode.
Yeah. Solid episode.
Yeah, our very first episode. Well, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. That was a very awkwardly long post, but that's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah, and also thank you to Media Design School for providing us the space to do this.
Yeah,
and it's all of our gear that we're using.
And I'm gonna be sleeping here. I'm going to be sleeping here for the next month, so no one takes this space. I'm going to guard it with my life.
Alright. Cool.
Yeah,
well, that's us. We'll see you in the next episode. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
based.
And that's it. And that wraps up the first episode.
Movie recording has been stopped automatically. For what?
Because our cameras are shit. You know what? You'll catch us next month. PodSquad Live 2. Signing out.
Based. Jesus Christ.